Which other persons is she accused of sexual harassment?
Accused Reno Omokri of sexual harassment during the time of Goodluck Jonathan as president, when the young man was already in US attending to national issue. But of unlucky to her, she didn't know that this young man was outside the country. Upon the slightest provocation, she will come up with allegation of sexual harassment. And I don't know what is wrong with this lady. Does she think that she's the most beautiful woman on earth? Or is it because she's had chocolate color? In my own assessment, she's not among the beautiful women in Nigeria. And it is high time we come hard on her. And why people like us are speaking on top of our voice is not just to protect and defend the Senate president, but to protect and defend her future victims. Even her present husband, she married her out of something like this. She threatened to sue the man and have a letter circulating over the world that the man should pay her 10 billion or marry her. The man had to marry her under duress. So the marriage was under duress, another product of blackmail. I was watching a video of how the father of the first wife of the husband narrated her ordeal when this lady came into their family, destabilized their family, and took over her husband. All right. And without going into her character, I asked Natasha how many husbands has she had in her life at the age of 47 or 45.
A couple of days ago, I recall one of my psychology classes where my professor had mentioned that as humans, mistakes are bound to happen. But repeating the mistake means that there is a psychological problem. And for the way he explained it, he said there's a brain problem. You need psychiatric. So somebody is deemed not to have capacity for something. When we're talking about mental capacity now, at the point where the person make kindergarten or make mistake that is believed to be lesser, right, than that person. So say for example, if a 40-year-old man see wee on his body, doesn't have the control to know how to pull out his ping-pong and that's a mental capacity problem. If a 17-year-old boy can still sleep and bedwet, there's a mental capacity problem. Where you are at a certain age and then you are not able to think, or you still think like a child, that's a mental capacity problem. So I think Nigeria has a mental capacity problem. In the brain of Nigeria, we have a challenge, and this is showing in the fact that we continually make the same mistakes every single time, and that's a very serious problem. And if you understand how the West treat mental capacity issues, sometimes they are restricted, they have some restrictive challenges. Some of them are put in homes, some of them are taken into sections depending on the problem or the challenge, right? I take problem depending on the particular issue. Yeah, they are sent to various kind, and that's where you see people who give support and care for these persons. All of that are things that the West does. So as it were, Nigeria needs to be in a home at the moment so that they can be support of other countries to support, because the kind of mistakes we make. Look at this man, for example. For a country that wants to make progress and for the kind of backwardness we've been, a man like this should not have a space to even have a space to talk on behalf of his immediate family, let alone talk on behalf of an extended family, of a community, of a street, of a society, to the point he talks on behalf of his village, of his constituency, and then of his senatorial district, to the point he talks on behalf of his state, or he talks as a national figure. This is an embarrassment of a person. I don't blame this man. I'm dealing with the symptoms of the problem. We have a problem with we're no longer saying leadership, because I think we've made mistake of saying our leadership grooming process, our leadership development process. I think our human development process is faulty. We're not developing humans in this country. This particular person, as it were now, should be in a children's home or in a nursery school, because you can see clearly that there's a mental capacity problem. And I say that without any apology. Anything will happen, may happen, no digby. See, and because we have always dealt with issues with kid gloves, these guys are continuing to trample. How does this guy have the guts to say all of these things he said with a straight face, without thinking twice, and he's not issuing an apology because you are defending who? I'm disappointed though. I used to have huge respect for Ebonyi people. But if this is the kind of guy representing you, irrespective of who he is and what he has done, this is a huge, if this is the poster boy of the Ebonyi politics, there is no need giving respect to those of you from Ebonyi. I've seen Dave Umahi. I think I didn't have a problem with Dave Umahi's style of leadership. The fact that he made several insensitive comments before the elections, and since he came, because Tinubu has deliberately been messing Dave Umahi's brand up, and it will only take Bola Ahmed Tinubu did not give off that kind of office to somebody from his state or his region and use him to fight whoever wants to fight because he has a plan. Femi has to leave House of Rep to be chief of staff, but it is Dave Umahi that should be used to fight people from his region, right? And he's the one going to do damage control and help coming to Edo State to do all of that. Again, let's go back to the point. If people like this still have access to leadership, they are still the people who call political elite, then there's a problem. We've got a brain problem. The brain cells. I'm talking about, it's just like, it's no longer engine. The functioning capacity of the country needs help. I don't know how to make this very clear, but I'm sure. See, we have a mental capacity. As a country, we are not supposed to be independent. Yeah, because we do not have the capability to be independent. We are supposed to be guided. We are supposed to see our people who guides us. Because if as a people we still make mistakes, so I don't know what this guy had said to have got it, but I could smell that this one has no worthy value, no political value, no leadership value. If people like this are the people that represent a people, then those people he represents, let me respect the people, because this gave me serious concerns, and I swear to God, I sat somewhere and I said, wow, all of that, you said all of this on national television in defense of what? This kind of person? I saw the video of him, and for me, Dr. Obi Ezekwesili is somebody I respect. So I didn't even expect Dr. Obi. So my disappointment in that particular video of him and Dr. Obi Ezekwesili arguing in the panel meeting, I was disappointed. Dr. Obi say, you big past this thing. Dr. Obi, I didn't expect you to go confrontational, go low. Imagine the man said, you cannot be here. I saw that video. For me, I just said, Dr. Obi, mess up. You mess up. You're not supposed to even argue with people like this. You get people you don't big pass, you will burn them, because this guy is a gutter boy. He's a gutter boy. He's going to take you to the gutter and clean, because that is his terrain. That's his talking trade. That's where his strength lies. That is where he lives. So if you cannot allow people, gutter boys, to take you to the gutter, you leave them in the gutters and you move up. But this particular one is, we have a problem. We have a problem. Whatever it is, let's stop talking about elections and judiciary. We need to go back to fixing the brain of this country. It's a huge problem. We've got mental capacity problem as a country, and until we fix that, there should be no need. Just like forcing a child to go to school when the child doesn't have the adequate mental capacity for education yet. This child should still be taught how to talk, how to sit, how to walk. You are forcing him not to go on. So he doesn't have mental capacity for it. If I talk past like this, it's not fair. I've used all of these innuendos, these insinuations to create it, but I'm sure we can understand. And I genuinely, I'm a passionate person. I want to see Nigeria works. But in recent times, I've been seeing that we are not tackling the problem. The country needs a psychiatrist, as in a professional psychiatrist, to help deal with our problem. I'll catch you another time.